Question number 29 asks, what is the length of arc BC? Now, a couple things I want to point out right now. One, this arc symbol is off. It should be over to the right. But I know this means arc BC. What is the length of arc BC? Let's talk about this question for a moment, because here's where we have a lot of confusion. Length is not talking about measure. Measure of an arc is in degrees. For instance, on this circle, the measure of angle BDC is 30 degrees. So the measure of arc BC is also 30 degrees. But this question is not asking for the measure of arc BC. It's asking for the length. And just like the circumference on question number 20, the length of an arc is in units. In this case, it's in inches. So all we have to do is figure out what part of the circumference is this arc BC. The other thing I want to point out briefly is that this circle diagram is not to scale. Take a look at 30 degrees. That looks probably about more like 70 degrees or 60 degrees and not 30 degrees. But we're not going to look at the actual scale or the accuracy of the diagram. We want to just look at the actual degrees they give us. We're going to go with the fact that they say angle BDC is 30 degrees. Now on page 1 of your review pages, you will see that the formula to find the length of an arc is theta over 360 times the circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r. And all this is telling us is how much, this theta over 360 is how much of the circumference is represented by the length of this arc. Theta in this case is the central angle measure, which is 30 degrees. So to find the length of arc BC, our equation will now be 30 divided by 360 times, now we don't have to figure out 2 pi r, we've already done that in question number 27. 2 pi r is just 20 pi. And now we're going to plug this into our calculator and figure out what the approximate measure of this is. So I'll bring up my calculator. Let's take a look. We'll do parenthesis 30 divided by 360, close parenthesis, times 20 times pi equals, our number is 5.23. The 3 means we don't round up, we just trim it off, and our answer with to 1 decimal place is 5.2. So the answer to this question is approximately 5.2. Our unit of measure is the same as the circumference. It is in inches. 5.2 inches is the approximate length of arc BC.